Hello everyone, it's me again. Yeah, I find it interesting. I had thought earlier that I wanted to do another video today, and I'm like, no, I can't. But God has His ways. Okay, so it's still Sunday, June 14th, which is a 3-day, and which is the the Trinity, the God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So this is my 42nd video, and it's symbolic of tribulation, transition, and divine limits. It contexts involving the oppression of God's people and a span of time before major spiritual breakthrough. So in Revelation chapter 11 verse 2, it talks about the number of months that the beast in the end times, the Antichrist, is going to rule, which is 42 months. And it's given authority over the holy city, and it's going to be trampled. So, yeah. So God told John to measure the court without, and the outer side, leave that out, which is the exterior of the court. So, and I find this to be interesting. The sixth and the seventh trumpet is judgment, which my grandson, apparently it's something that some kid just started saying 6-7, 6-7, and like with no context to it. And being a child, it makes me think, because they're young and they're not corrupted yet by society, they're more of a free spirit, more godly. That's why they say what's on their minds. They don't filter their mouths. They kind of just speak what they feel. So I'm almost thinking, if that isn't coming from God, that started to be a trend. I don't know how long ago it started to be a trend. Maybe like a year ago, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but I'm thinking. So, but 6 times 7 is 42. And 6 represents the link. Well, the 6 is the Antichrist, and 7 is Jesus Christ. So it links between mankind and God's Spirit. So mankind would be someone that's not filled with the Holy Spirit of God. That would be probably majority of the people roaming this earth are not filled with the God Spirit. They're just kind of existing and doing, and yeah, sitting here at the park. Of course, I don't know what's in their minds, but yeah, I find it fascinating, someone to be jogging or walking the park and they're looking at their phones. Like, hello, yeah, you're exercising, but you know what? You're looking at your cell phone. Heck, I would get dizzy. But oh, and 42 actually represents the Hebrew 4-letter word or name for God. And I'm going to link the prayer. It's a Kabbalah prayer. It's called Anna Bekoch, I think is how you pronounce it. Not 100% sure, probably killing it. So my apologies, but I'm gonna link this video, and this is the reason why I wanted to do the video on this today, because I found it so coincidental. It had 33,000 likes, 3 million views, and it was posted 3 years ago. And I'm like, wow, that goes with my 3. But I'm like, no, I can't do another video today. But after I thought of something, I'm like, you know, this would be so fitting for this video. Because it really represents the times that we're in. I've never seen, before I get into that, I'm going to talk to you about the prayer. So it has 7 sentences of 6 words each. And the first letter of the 42 words represents the name for God. And it's also believed that the book of Genesis, the first 42 letters, which you would need to do the Hebrew language because that's what it was written in. You can't really go off of your English. You would have to make sure it was completely interpreted correctly to get those 4 letters correct. But just saying that, just throwing that out there. But yeah. So I wanted to speak about what disturbed me, what crossed my mind, and I'm like, oh, that's 3 as well. I mean, yeah, and it just shows you the times that we're in, because I've never seen really murder convictions turned over. And I told you in previous videos that I was really into murder trials. So I've watched these 3 murder trials, and all 3 of them are definitely guilty. Just saying that. You know, I wasn't on the jury pool, but you know, if I was on it, I would have said guilty just like they did. But Alex Murdaugh, and if you don't know anything about him, he's in South Carolina, and he was convicted of murdering his wife and his son. Now his son Paul. Oh, it's so sad. But yeah, it's very sad. I don't even want to get into it because it's just really traumatic how they died. And it's funny how corrupt people really try to hide their guilt, but digital data does not help. But the reason why his conviction's getting overturned is because of the I forget what her position was. She's the one that's like helping the I don't know if it's not the court reporter, but it's and I forget her name, something Hill, but Becky Hill, I think is her name. But she wanted to write a book. So you're not supposed to talk to the jury, and she really wanted to write a book. This is all about greed. So she really wanted him to be convicted. So she spoke to the jurors. And so I guess it got overturned because they're thinking, you know, got to give him a fair trial. Maybe, you know, they did get persuaded to vote guilty, but he was absolutely guilty. Sorry. Again, there was a video. He said he wasn't there. His voice was on the video. Even people that don't know him would know that's his darn voice on that video. So he was there. And then another person is Letitia Stauch. Stauch, if you want to search this out. She was charged with murdering her stepson. He was 11. And that's another really challenging thing. But her murder conviction was overturned too because of something stupid with someone that was on the jury was linked to somebody that um, worked for one of the government officials. I don't know 100% sure what that is, but I'm just like, wow, 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 wow. And then Adam Montgomery, and I forget what state that the other one was. The Letitia Stock, she was, I think it was Colorado. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, she dumped his body in a suitcase under a bridge driving to Florida, and she had her daughter, and her daughter did, oh my gosh, it's just disgusting. And then to think that her murder conviction was overturned, just crazy. And then Adam Montgomery, he was convicted of killing his 5-year-old. And yeah, and they've never found her body. And it's believed that, oh, I don't even want to get into it, but it's really disgusting. Um, and how he disposed of her body, per se, from his girlfriend, of course, drugs related and stuff. And, he basically beat her to the point where she just died from her abuse, and then he got rid of her body. But his murder conviction as well got overturned. So I just find it really disgusting. And the prayer, it's a prayer for miracles. So we need miracles to happen, for all those murder convictions to come back guilty again, and there be no issues. But it just really shows the time that we're in. The devil's really working hard to have this nasty world that he wants, and yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. I want my heavenly life the way I would like life to be, good and happy. I don't think anybody really knows what life would really be like if it was like that, because even though your life may be good, you got bits and pieces that is not good. So yeah, but I'm gonna link the prayer in the description, so you can go listen to it. It's sung in Hebrew, but they have the English version on the screen, so you can see what it says. But without even knowing what it really meant, I was in tears listening to it. But I'm gonna end it. I hope you have a great day, and yeah, talk to you later. Bye.